and charges and whatnot, it's a good possibility that jail time could come into play if you do that. But even if you beat someone within an inch of their life, you might go to jail. So I don't think she was serious. I know she was, exaggerating just to let me know that, hey, I'm seriously mad at this other girl, and I'd like to hit her. But I just thought, you're going to beat her within an inch of her life. I don't even know how to measure that as far as standard measurements with someone's life. But I don't know why I thought of that. But it just came to mind, so I thought I'd bring it up. It's just one of those things that I think about, and so I'll bring it up. There you go. So there's another thing that I've noticed here as of late, in recent years, but it's just gotten worse lately, and that is, have you guys noticed that everything you do online, they ask you to take a survey about it? Isn't that the most annoying thing in the freaking world? Is taking a survey or being asked constantly to take a survey about everything. You can't click on a damn thing anymore without somebody asking you, how'd you like it? Do you want to take a survey? And the answer is always the same. Hell no, man, I'm done. I'm going offline now. I don't want to take no fucking survey about anything. I mean, you can't do anything online anymore without them asking you if you want to take a survey. Even as far as paying bills, saying like the utility company asked you to take a survey, or the cable company or somebody be like, how was our service? Be like, don't worry about it, man. People, your service sucks, man, because you're charging me too much. It's not about whether the customer service people were polite or not. You're charging me too much for your service. That's the problem, okay? You want to take a survey? No. This is a waste of time. And why the survey? Because I've taken a couple of the surveys. Now, if I'm not doing nothing, sometimes I'll click yes if this box keeps coming up. Every time you do whatever it is you're doing, if the box keeps coming up, and sometimes they send you emails about it. I'm talking about, these are legitimate companies, not some of these companies that I call scam companies, or online, they're just set up to try to get money out of you. They're not providing you with anything except for trying to rip you off. And then they want you to take a survey so they can try to figure out easier ways to rip you off. But legitimate companies like, the cable company, or like I said, the utility company, they want you to take a survey. And even the email service that you use, whether it's Yahoo or Gmail or whoever it is, sometimes they want you to take a survey about using that particular emailing service that you use. And I'm like, oh my God. Not only am I getting ridiculous, nonsensical emails from other companies that I've bought something off of online, now the email company is giving me an email asking me if I'd like to take a service about their service. I'm like, oh God, enough with these surveys already, man. But I found a couple of them were easy. You know, it was only a few questions, even though it was still annoying. It was only a few questions. But the ones that are really annoying are the ones that are so long. It's like, are you out of your mind? I'm not taking no 15-minute survey online about something I don't want to be answering questions about in the first fucking place. You can't be serious. But the surveys are outrageous these days. That's why, I brought this up, because you can't agree to it because some of them are it's just too much. It's a complete waste of time. You can't do it if you're in a hurry. If you're trying to go online, like, I want to go online real quick and pay a bill. Like I pay a bill. Some of them are reoccurring, important bills, the house payment. That's reoccurring. I don't have to pay them. I just get a statement every month. The electric company, water bill. Those are important bills. The phone bill. But if you ever go online to have to pay for something, and then after you pay for it, sometimes they'll try to hit you with this survey. And 99% of the time, I just click no. Not now. Sometimes they don't even have a no. They just have not now or no thanks. Like, still we're going to ask you later. So even if you decide not to do it right now, we're going to ask you again. But, some of them are just too long. So if anybody who has anything to do with surveys online is listening to this podcast, cut it with all the pop-ups of the would you like to take a survey. Okay, it's too much. The survey is what is pissing me off about your service. The service was fine until you keep putting the survey in front of my face. Now I'm irritated about your dumbass service because of the survey. I don't want to take no survey, all right? Damn. That's how annoying it is. Would you like to take a survey? Of course not. I wouldn't like it. Why would I like it? Why would I like that? Who would like something like that? Would you like it? They ask you if you'd like it sometimes. That's the craziness about it. All right. There's one other thing I want to talk about, and that is bullying. Because bullying seems to be affecting kids a lot worse than it used to when I was younger. When we were younger, there was bullying. Everybody has experienced bullying. But I don't think it's, I don't know what the difference is, because it seemed like bullying was a lot worse, but maybe it's worse now. Because it seemed to be more physical back when we were younger. Kids would bully you, they'd yell at you, make fun of you, maybe get in a fight with them, get beat up or something. But I've never heard of so many kids having trouble being killed because of bullying, fights they gotten into. It was in the news that this kid, and it was a special needs kid, and this is what, it's bad for any kid, but this was in the news. A special needs kid ended up dying because of a bullying incident. So it's really important for those of us, who still have kids that are in school, because I have a daughter. I got a daughter. She's 6 years old, and she just started school. She just finishing up kindergarten and going to go into first grade. So she really doesn't have that I know of yet, the experience of being bullied. But what'll end up happening these days is this bullying, causes kids to really feel bad about themselves. So as parents, we really got to try to nip this bullying in the butt now. it's unrealistic to think you're going to 100% stomp out bullying, but I think we got to do better as a society as far as bullying, because any kid kills himself because he's being bullied by other kids. That's a travesty. That's a tragedy. I mean, really. It's both, but this bullying, we really got to get a handle on this bullying, because I just heard this story from this special needs kid, and special needs, it's worse if it's special needs, because a special need kid, being bullied. It's one thing if a regular, just the average kid, it's bad if it's just the average kid's being bullied by other kids. But bullying and making fun of a special needs kid is really horrible. That's really terrible. And I remember, when I was younger, some of the bullies, I was bullied at one time, at one point, but I started growing and was muscular. Was, like I said, I was an athlete, so I didn't get really bullied much. I did when I was really, young, probably right around maybe first or second grade. Where all of us are small. All the kids are little at that point. Well, as soon as I started growing and started running and playing more and getting into athletics and getting more muscular, the bullying sort of, dwindled for me personally. But I see other kids get bullied, and I didn't always stop it. At that point, I wasn't thinking it was that big of a deal, because, maybe because it wasn't happening to me, but bullying's an issue, and I think we need to try to nip it in the bud if we can. Now, I don't want to be unrealistic and tell people, hey, you can stop bullying, all you got to do is this. That's unrealistic, but I want to nip it in the bud, or bring that bullying down to a minimum. Because if any kid kills themselves, if one child kills themselves because they were bullied, that's too many. And the fact that we always look at percentages, that's irritating too. That's annoying to me. And the reason is because someone says, well, this percentage of people, will not have this or that, or this percentage of people get sick and die from coronavirus, or this percentage of kids are, going to get bullied and kill themselves. To me, if one child is bullied and kills themselves because they feel so horrible and embarrassed, and their feelings are hurt so bad to the point where them killing themselves, if one child does that, that's too many. So I hate when people start giving me statistics about something terrible happening to somebody. To me, it's like, that's too many. I don't care if it's 1%. You know what I'm saying? That's too many. That's too many children to kill themselves. So bullying is something that we got to really, as a society, we really need to start paying more attention, and try to make sure that our children, those of us who have kids in school, make sure our children are not involved in the bullying on either side of it, not bullying some other kid or being bullied. And that takes a little bit of communication, I think. You got to start talking to your child and finding out what exactly is going on, because you don't want your child being sad behind your back and not telling you that they've been bullied at school by other kids, and you're wondering what the hell's going on with this kid, and your kid is feeling terrible and